Hello fellow engineers and welcome back to Timberborn. We're currently in experimental mode because the devs just came out with a huge surprise update which involves completely reworked water physics, and as a drainage engineer of 10 years, that excites me. So the way the old water physics worked was that the water was simulated from the ground up. It wasn't actually simulated as a 3D fluid object, which meant when I tried to build aqueducts, there couldn't actually be space underneath it. So there was sort of these like tall rivers. But if you look at the patch notes and this image, aqueducts are well and truly a thing now. Anyway, let's go into the map editor because with a change as significant as this, I want to do some tests to see exactly how the water physics work. Now, oh, this is a big map. I didn't quite realize how big this was.
That's what she said.
Right, let's start in this corner, say. So we'll do a little trench like that. And then since we have two water sources now, we have like a normal water source. We can put 3 of those. I mean, I don't even know how many to put in. Basically, I want to compare it to the bad water source, which is, you can see it's that size. It's like it's a 3x3 grid. But I want to see how that compares to these and also like the starting point. So I'm sort of going to be doing a race just to see like how they flow. Basically, if I just do like loads of strips, we can then do several comparisons. So we'll start with bad water source like that. So that's a 3x3. It does have like the bumhole thing in the middle. So maybe a comparison would be just to do one water source block. I'm then thinking 3 wide like that. Maybe I could do like a 3x3 grid as well, and then perhaps we do 3 at the front and then just 1 at the front. I could then also do 1s at the back as well, but I think this should give us a nice comparison just so we can sort of compare like how normal water flows compared to a bad water source and like how many sources you need just to match it. So let's press play on the water sources and we'll see how the race goes. We're basically looking for one to match the poo water, and it looks like, I think it's that one, isn't it? Although look, the middle one, can you see it's overflowing? So the middle one is overflowing, which may be skewing results. Yeah, I think it's definitely 3 wide. It's just whether that middle one messed everything up. So you can reset the water, which is good. I'm then going to remove this middle test completely just because it was overflowing. I mean, in fact, I could put 3 water sources at the back just so we have a middle, back and front one. So let's compare all of these. I've just pressed play at the same time. So we're looking to see which one keeps in line with the bad water. Man, these two are like so, they're neck and neck. I mean, they're all neck and neck. The right one should win because it started further forward. I think it's definitely, it's most similar to that one, isn't it? It's almost matching that completely. So yeah, 3 across the middle equals bad water source. Okay, that's good to know because I want to find out whether like slopes make things run faster. Maybe poo water runs better down a slope than normal water does. There's so many tests we can do. So first off, let's delete, well, basically all of these except for the one which matched, which was 3 across the middle. Okay, so they're now the same. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take these ones, I'm going to shove them up like in the air a bit and try and do a bit of a slope. I don't think we actually have, I was going to say I don't think we have slopes. We do actually have stair slopes. Interesting. But yeah, we'll do the brush height as high as we can and then we'll just paint all this like over to there. All right, so then we got a big block next to it. So if we go down 1, we can then go boosh, 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 boosh. So that's our 4 sort of lanes. What I'm thinking, I do like steps like this, like down these front 2. So basically these are like quite long steps. I may need to make this longer. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how stepped it goes. But I feel like comparing like slope steepness should be quite a good test as well. Right, so that's our first set of stairs. This next one, I'm going to do them steeper. So you can see these are dropping down like 1 level for every tile wide we go. So we end up with that sort of thing. So we've got flat steps, we got steep steps. So the question is, does having a slope make the poo flow faster? I mean, it should do, but I'm not sure it will. I don't think it did previously. So we'll do water source, poo water source, and poo water source. And then we'll look from above like that. Now, it's going to be quite hard to sort of measure because there's like different endpoints. So I guess this is probably the line that we want to finish on. So let's press reset button and then we press play. So now you can see, oh, it does. Oh, it's way steeper. Well, did they? I don't know, actually. Did they get there fast? I feel like, yeah, look, they are moving faster. The ones down a slope, they're moving faster than the ones not moving down a slope. Oh, okay. I was not expecting that. Hang on, let me do another reset. So I think we're purely looking at like horizontal. Yeah, look how much faster the top two are down the steep steps. And interestingly, the poo seems to be faster down slopes. I have a feeling people are like, well, why is Matt doing water and poos? You already tested here that they're the same speed. Well, they're not the same speed. Poo is way more viscous down slopes. Right, okay, I think I need to do another test. I want to compare these two now, but with these slopes. So we'll just add 2 more slopes in, except on these ones, rather than straight stairs, we're going to put the slopes down. Now, I don't expect these to be any faster than the ones next to it, but we will see. I mean, technically, I guess they could, like in real life. I mean, I guess it should in real life. This is going to be like more turbulent, but like, it's not going to measure that in this game, is it? We'll just compare these 4. So we'll press reset, we'll press play. So ready, go. It's sort of hard to see. I think they're just the same, but the stairs are covering everything up at the very bottom. Yeah, things are coming out the bottom the same. Let me just do another reset. So we'll just look to see at the very bottom, like which water comes out first. I think, yeah, they're identical. So basically the stair slopes, I think they just cover up the ground. They don't actually count as anything in terms of like the surface the water flows on. But that is really interesting, actually. So next up, I want to try a new test. I want to compare like a slope compared to like a drop. And what I love about this, because we got 3D water now, we can go on to like wooden structures, and we can make pipes and things. Like we can try and force this water like under pressure. Oh, this is going to be good. It's going to be good. Right, for now, let's just do the basics. So I'm just going to set the brush height to the top again, and then just gonna do what I did previously. So we got that sort of thing. We then got that. That looks good. All right, so this time, if we actually race to the end of this, you can see I've got flat stairs, then I got steep stairs. This one I'm gonna do literally like a plunge pool. So it literally goes straight down like that. I think I'll just measure, should I just measure poo water or normal water? I'll just do poo water. I like poo water. So yeah, we're gonna compare these to see overall whether having like a constant velocity or whether like a fast then a slow velocity, or whether even like a waterfall situation creates the fastest float. So I guess let's watch from above like this, and then we'll press play. And I can't call this. I imagine the bottom one should be faster. I don't really know. You can see middle one was the fastest because it had the steepest slope, so that generated the most momentum. But looking down here, is the other slopes catching up? Yeah. Oh, this is going to be tight. It's going to be tight. They came out. Oh, that one came out first. And then this one was last. That's the waterfall one. Oh, man, that was a hell of a race. So, yeah, I guess momentum is sort of a thing with the flow as well then. Because you get the fast flow going down like the steep bit. But then because it's so flat down here, the momentum does run out. The velocity of the water slows down. Whereas keeping a steady fall kept things moving the entire way. Oh, this is interesting. But right, I now want to try doing some like more interesting stuff like pipes, trying to put things under pressure, maybe even Tesla valves. Now to do that, I actually need to go into the normal mode. This is just the map editor. So I got to create something that I know I'm going to use in the normal mode. So over here, I'll just do a little raised area. I'll then add a few like comparison things. Then I think I do need to use the poo water because I can put a lid on these. So I can control like when they start and stop and things. Whereas I can't really do that with normal water. But yeah, we'll do that. I might then just, so that doesn't like drain everywhere, I might then just do a little bit of like a drainage myself, just so this can go like somewhere. I reckon just back off the map, and then I can come over and build on there when I need to. So that'll be good for comparing some sort of stuff. Don't know what yet. I want to do one over this way, which puts everything like under pressure. So what I'm thinking, we have a thing spawn there, so that's bad water. If we then do like that sort of thing at the front, we could then do like a dam and put like a hole in it, I think. So we could do that with like a hole at the bottom to see how the pressure like affects something like that. In fact, I could probably put a floodgate out the back. Yeah, something like that I think should work. Just make sure that's got somewhere to float. Okay, we'll call this poo test, and then we'll start a new game as the Iron Teeth, of course. We'll then load up poo test. We'll then realize we got no beavers because I forgot to do a starting location thing. Oops. But then we'll turn on the dev tools because then I can build whatever I want. So let's give myself loads of science and unlock things like the bad water discharge. So I can shove that up there and then over on these ones as well. And this will just allow me to turn on the bad water whenever I want it. So you can see now I've capped these up. They should all stop flowing. Yeah, there we go. Right, lovely. Okay, let's start up here. I want to do the pressure one first. So we'll unlock floodgates, shove them up the top. Then basically we can build dams down here. Now, I don't actually know how I go about making a hole in the bottom. I assume I can make a hole, can I? So what have we got here? Impermeable floor. Oh, no. I think that's what they changed, wasn't it? You can add platforms like that. And then now you can put something on top of that. So you can put a levee back on top. Yeah, you couldn't do that before. So basically it allows us to dam up here. And then we got that down there. In fact, what I could do, if I put a levee like there, could I then put a floodgate in front of that? If I raise up that... Oh, look, floodgates are like super adjustable now. There were never that many points. Oh, that's cool. But yeah, so that floodgate is completely up. And let me just make the ones at the back go up as well. But I basically want to see like how pressure affects things. So if I do the same on this side, but then put my hole up the top, again with a floodgate in front. So you got levees going all the way up, and we got a platform there with couple of levee layers on top of that. Then I just put more platforms up to there, floodgate in front, raise it up. Okay, so then this is sort of ready to go, because what I can do, I can press pause. I can then open the bad water discharge for both of these. I can then unpause. They then synchronize opening. That starts filling up the water chamber there. These shouldn't leak because they got floodgates in, so it will just fast forward. Oh, whoa, why is that one leaking? No, what's going on? Oh, it's leaked over the top. Oh, I wasn't expecting that. I guess on this side, can you see that's where the hole is on the middle? So that is raising up quite well. I assume floodgate doesn't leak out the front. No, it doesn't. But I guess when it gets over the top, that's when it starts leaking. Yeah, look, there you go. It's now leaking. Oh, that's annoying. Okay, we'll just get to the daytime. This is what I don't like about this game. Bloomin' night cycle. Oh no, I can dev conts on my way out of night cycles. It's okay. But yeah, anyway, if you look at this one, like down there, can you see the water's just completely flowing out the bottom? So if I get rid of the floodgates, yeah, that has allowed more water out. Interesting. Hang on, let me just cap up the bum holes quick, just so they stop producing poo. So that will flow out to there, but then it stops. Bottom one, same thing. So let's just delete all that. Delete all that. Okay, what I'm wondering, if I were to put like triple floodgates in, like at the bottom, let me just turn off the water just so we can see. So if I did a triple floodgate, so the top of the floodgate was there, would that still be able to get through the hole? So just to show you what we're doing here, so triple floodgate looks like that. So that covers up like way more of the hole, but actually I'll try it on the outside. You can see that is now there. If I raise that to the very top and then I just open this again, is water gonna leak out of that, or does it not? Because there's no longer a gap like up the very top. I think. Oh, ha ha ha, ha 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 ha. Okay, that's how we do this. That's how we do this. Right, I am just going to lower the back floodgate for both of these, just so water flows out the back. It keeps these two at a constant level. Let me just open that one and then quickly build levees up the front of here. I can't believe that's how it works. That's so cool. Yeah, right. This one's now filling up. It should get to the same height as the one next to it. Let's just speed up time. So, oh boy. No, the floodgates aren't big enough at the back. Oh, balls. They should have been wider. Actually, that's okay. That is okay, because I can just get dynamite, right? So, yeah, shove dynamite on those. Then detonate. Boosh, 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 boosh. That should allow the water out the back. There we go. I mean, yeah, to be fair, I don't actually need floodgates there. Pointless. There we go. Right, they're at the same level. So what I want to do, I want to press pause. We'll then lower these triple floodgates, both of them, to the bottom. And then we'll sort of see. I guess we look like from above and we see, will the one that's under more pressure, this one at the bottom, will the poo water fly out further than this one up there? So we press plate. What's going to happen? But, oh no, it comes out the same rate. Ah, okay. Interesting. So potentially there's no such thing as pressure. What I will do though, let's just raise these floodgates again. I'm going to do like another test, but sort of make pipes, if you know what I mean. I mean, actually, we could try a pipe. We could try pipe versus open channel. Oh, there's so much we could do. But yeah, for now, I think this is the best way to see if there is pressure, and I don't think there is. Basically, just build this up so it's the same height as the exit. So we have that. So the one on the left will be under pressure because it's got that head of water, all that weight pushing down. It should force it along here. So you would expect, if you were to do a race, the bottom one, the poo water will flow across there faster than the one up there would float. But as before, we'll press play, we'll lower both the floodgates. And by play, I mean pause. So time is pause. As we press play, boost, they both open at the same time. And then if pressure is a thing, the bottom one goes faster. But you can see they're basically the same. I don't think pressure is a thing. Or if it is, it has like negligible impact. So yeah, although that's a little bit disappointing, it's worth considering the drainage software I used to use in my old company to do like actual drainage calculations. We used to pay a license that was 5 figures per license per year. Like the equations that go into modeling fluids are insane. So I'm really not surprised that that didn't have an impact. But, I just realized as well, I did the old Aqueduct solution. That's not how you're meant to do it anymore. Like it won't make a difference to the test. Let me just have a look at the new thing. So we have impermeable floors, and then we also have these platforms, like overhang platforms. So I think basically what you do if you want to make an aqueduct, I think you do triple platforms like that just so you can get the height. And then you use these, the overhang. So the overhangs go like that, but I don't think they're impermeable yet. That's when you go back into the landscaping tab and then you put an impermeable floor over. So you do that sort of thing. Now water can't flow through there. I mean, actually you'd probably do it like that with your levees either side. So I could then probably put a double floodgate there. Then if I just do more platforms up like that, more overhang platforms like that, impermeable thing, levees up the side. All right, then when we press play, yeah, that doesn't leak. And then I think if we lower these and do the test again, you should see, yeah, water stays up there. It's no longer, oh, we got proper aqueducts. It's so cool. Yeah, it didn't change the speed or anything, but look at this. We now have like waterfalls and space underneath. Oh, that's really cool. I actually really like this. All right, I'm actually wondering, now we've got like something dropping down, like maybe a better way rather than just visual of like seeing whether there is like a difference in terms of like power. Maybe I should add like compact wheels. Like if I did one there and another one up there and then run the test again, you can then see they're both spinning. If I just press pause, I can see what power they're making. So the top one making 99 horsepower, the lower one under pressure. Oh, it is going faster. 139 horsepower. Yeah, if I click between them. Oh, so the pressure. Oh, I'm learning so much. So there is pressure on this. That's 89. That's 130. And you can see the pressure is actually dropping now because more fluid is coming out. Oh, this is interesting, man. Because I think before you sort of had, didn't you have like a max distance you could take fluids? Like it would actually like stop and slow down after time. I have a feeling I read a patch note where they said that's not a thing anymore. So creating like perpetual motion machines is actually a thing now. So we could make infinite power if we wanted to pretty easily, basically because there's no friction in the fluid. I mean, actually that's sort of something I want to try and do. See whether I can like fill up a pipe. So I think in order to do that, I'm going to have to move my floodgates from the outside to the inside. Right, so you can see time is flying. I've put those in there. You can see from the outside, the floodgates are blocking the holes. I then want to make these pipes. So to do that, I think I put a line of platforms like that sort of thing, and then I put levees on top as like the top of the pipe. So if we do that, yeah, look, we've now got square pipes. So now we can see hopefully the pressure actually working. So we should see as water flows out the end, fluid level in there should be a lot higher than it is up there because of this pressure, because of the water head. So triple floodgate, lower down, floodgate down there, also lower down. All right, and then we just stay looking until the water starts flowing. Oh my goodness, what's happening at that end? Something mad just happened. Right, ready, pause. So if you look down that pipe, completely full randomly. Also down that pipe, completely full till it gets to the end. So now it's flowing out. I mean, both of them look pretty full up. You can see the top of the water level. It's not a channel. It's literally, it has filled the entire thing. But you can see on the right, the pressure is sort of forcing the water out a bit more because there's like the weight of water here. Actually, you can see it. You can visually see it. So if you look up there, can you see there's like a gap up the top? Down here, this pipe is completely full bore. It is gushing. Yeah, look, you can see it even more now. So over on this way, you can actually see all the way along the pipe. That's basically an open channel now, whereas this is still like a pipe. There's no air up the top, not until this gets down to the bottom and stops forcing like fluid out. Oh man, so these physics are like just way more complex than I ever thought they'd be. I'm super impressed. All right, so over here where I had the fort, I've set up 2 little tests here. One is to see how open channel flow works when it's under pressure. So you can see I've got back here some levees at the back just to let the water out. And you can see that's lower than the channel at the front. So what I'm expecting to happen is the channel will fill up quite a lot as it goes down there. But over this side, we've got a pipe. Now the pipe would be under pressure as well, but I'm intrigued to see like which would be faster. Because basically you've got the pressure working on the pipe forcing flow through there. So velocity should be a lot quicker on this one, at least in real life. Whereas the top one, the velocity won't be as fast, but I think the sort of flow rate, like the volume coming through, should be quicker. So let's hit pause. Let's open both of these up. And then I guess let's hit plate and then see what happens. So you can see both of these are opening and then water is starting to float. So you can see it's gone through the pipe. The pipe should start to fill up pretty quickly. Yes, that's now at full bore. Over this side, we've got the channel, which is always flowing. So I'm wondering if can I look down and see? I can see. It looks like the channel is no, it looks like they're even. Completely even, but it's when the pressure hits that things should start to change. Because at this point, when the pipe's filled up, you then add an extra layer of friction because you've got an extra surface that's acting against this. So that should throttle the flow, whereas this one, can you see like the flow height is now taller than like 1 block? So there should be more water coming through, which means if we watch from this side, yeah, the left one is filling up not as quickly as the right one. There probably should be a point where that extra head will actually force the water through faster. So if we just play this on fast motion, just wondering whether the right one will flow out the back. Yeah, it is going to very soon as the sun sets, of course. Okay, so common sense does apply to these new physics. Having an open channel, because it's got more volume of water that can come through, it does work faster than just having a pressurized pipe down there. But I guarantee you the velocity, this bottom one will be flowing a lot quicker. I actually wonder if I were to hit pause, could I get a power wheel in here? I mean, I don't know what a power wheel like under the water would actually do. If I shove like a power wheel like there at the end, if I press play, I need to turn the water off. Oh, it doesn't actually move because it's flooded. Interesting. If I build a platform and then shove it on the platform, it then does float. Okay, that's making us 134 horsepower. Let's just see. If I were to just delete like 3 blocks at the end, then shove a power wheel there, you can actually see the the physics have gone mental because it's like, hang on, this was a pressurized pipe. Now you just exploded the top. I think this is going to actually float. And it's 141. The one over there, 132. Okay, so it is producing more power. We have sort of messed up the pressurized pipe there, but it is making more power. 134, 149, yeah, 150. So yeah, real life physics of faster flow velocity, but faster flow rate along the top. Because more volume's coming out. It's just moving slower. Oh, this is cool. Right, anyway, for the next test, I think we're going back to what I did ages ago in this game. I made a Tesla valve. So I've made a new map. I'm going to attempt to try and do this, like, with the terrain stuff. I don't really know the best way of doing this, if I'm honest. Like, do I just try and freehand it? But if you've never seen a Tesla valve before, basically it allows water to flow one direction, but not the other. Purely based on the way that, like, that the channel's made out. There's no like actual valve in there or anything. It's all to do with flows. So we do like a diagonal over there and try and loop that around. And then from this arm, we do a diagonal down that way, diagonal up there. Then we just add these loops. So it sort of ends up like that. Yes, this isn't the neatest thing I've ever done, but I'm hoping it should be able to show us how this works. So basically the water, if we were to start water here, it should flow like through these sort of middle diagonals from left to right. So if I just add like a load of water source to this end. We'll do a big 4x4 grid. And then from above, we'll press play. I'll probably speed up the physics as well. So, oh, that's too fast. That's too fast. That's too fast. So we'll press play. Now, what should happen? Water takes path of least resistance, which typically is sort of just down the middle. The diagonals, as I said. Like, yes, it can flow around those bits. That's fine. But you can see the main sort of path is the shortest distance. The path of least resistance. Water doesn't like taking the long routes or doing anything like that. So it is just sort of flowing down this middle diagonal. So if my editor time lapses this, you should see the water's got to the end. It's clearly flowing from left to right. It's worked perfectly. And you can sort of see all the waters moving in like the same direction. Like none of it's working against each other or anything, because that's what happens when we reverse the flow. And you can even see as the water level rises, the grass has gone green around it, because that's what happens in this game. Kind of cool, that. But now, if we were to reset the simulation, and instead of having all of these at that end, this is where the water spawns, remember? So they're now down on the right. So I've now added them down on the right. I've added the exact same number. Now, what we should see here is as the water flows along this way, as it comes around here, what should happen as the water sort of wraps around this corner, it ends up flying around, sort of forcing the water that's coming down this diagonal, forcing it back upon itself. Like if we add arrows, you can see the water flows around this edge, and then the water coming down here wants to be forced back upon itself. And again, this is like it sort of works on the principle of least resistance. Like so the water wants to flow down here and it wraps around. So we should see, if we speed this up, hopefully the water won't make it to the end, or if it does, it makes it a lot slower than it did previously. I mean, maybe if we were to put both on screen at once, editor, we can see it working, yes, in the opposite directions, but maybe we could mirror one of them and see whether the flow is actually slower when the Tesla valve's working in its like intended direction to stop the flow. But yeah, this was named after Nikola Tesla, and obviously it's a valve that has no moving parts, a passive valve. But yeah, it looks like water definitely made it to the end still. You can see, like, if you look where my mouse is, you can see like the water, it is coming down here and sort of wrapping around, but it's not forcing the water back as much. Now, what I was wondering, if we were to put all of this under pressure, so we were to put a lid on here, would it work better? So I'll do two things. I'll cut an exit hole just so we can see what happens. Right, so I've loaded this up in a normal map so I can put the lid on. We're now here, so we can see this at the end is making 207, around 210 horsepower with the Tesla valve with an open channel. So yeah, actually, oh look, from above you can see like the water is flowing down the middle bits. Yeah, these curves aren't really working as intended. Stupid night cycles. Yeah, I feel like what would happen in reality, the water, rather than going down that way, it would flow around this corner a bit faster and come back, and then you'd get like loads of turbulence like in the middle there. That doesn't appear to be happening, but maybe it will when it's under pressure. So let's go like from there and just completely cover this place in the platforms. So we got all the platforms in. We then just put levees on top of those. Now, annoyingly, levees can only be done in straight lines. You can't do areas. This is going to take ages to fill in. In fact, editor, just time lapse this, because that'll be quite satisfying to watch probably. It's not satisfying to do, I'll tell you that, but to watch it might be. Right, so that is completely filled now, which means as the water goes in this end, it should become pressurized. Oh yeah, so much so it's going to flow over the top. It's flowing over the top. Oh, and I can see I missed some holes there. So fill in the holes, and then at the front we'll just make that a bigger barrier. Right, okay, so this has been flowing for a few in-game days now. Let's see whether the Tesla valve has worked. If it has, this should be producing less than 210. Oh, it actually has 177 horsepower. So just like in real life, the Tesla valve works a bit better when it's pressurized. I mean, it could just be because it's pressurized, less water is actually making it down there because there was more. Now it's just like a single block high. Or it could be the Tesla valve is actually working better because it's being forced, because it's under pressure. It's being forced to make that turbulence down the middle. But either way, that is producing less energy than it was when it was an open channel. So Tesla valves are now a thing in Timberborn? Potentially. All I do know, this update, very, very impressive and super unexpected. I never thought there would be like 3D water physics in any game, let alone in Timberborn. So on that note, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll say peace, love, and beavers. Bye guys. Although there weren't actually any beavers this time. Aw, poor beavers.